might be a little smell from the outside of the steel pipe burning off a little. So we're not going to hang out in here very long. We're going to come out here and see what the heck's going on. Lots of activity. We got a powerboat coming that way. We got that barge guy, oil guy coming out. And here we are on Akula. We're currently about 3 hours and 13 minutes from Duck Island, where John Baker had suggested I go, and Mark Hegreness confirmed it. Good place to anchor. Cheap. We like cheap. And here we are. I don't know if you can see the actual situation where we're at. Almost right in the middle of the sound. And there is Duck up there. And we will be headed up there. And then also, I think we're under 19 miles. 18.6 miles to the waypoint. We're trucking along at 5.8, 5.9. The tide has just stopped coming in and is now getting ready to ebb out and go the other direction. So we're hoping to pick up a little bit of speed. We're making 5.8, 5.9 to the mark. Of course, the wind is directly at us, or darn close to it, as you can see. Off at about 32 or so degrees, just not enough to sail. We'd lose too much. You know, we'd have to go too far north in order to make the mark. We're doing 5.8. I hate listening to the engine, but you can't really cut the engine. We have to go off that direction, then we got to probably put the engine on anyway to head down that way. We're running race QS here, which says that we've gone 12.9 miles, averaging 4.3. Speed is about 6.3 max. When we were sailing originally coming out of the harbor, you can see we were doing pretty good, but just the wrong direction. So we've taken off in this direction. So anyway, that's where we're at. Little video progress on the way. And there, of course, will be more videos here on SV Akula, off on our bucket list. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. Geez, you know, what can I say? And weather's a little overcast, as you can see, running around 7-8 true. And that's all we got. All right. All right, cruising fans, SV Akula out on our bucket list. Oh, wait, did I just hit the button? Nope, it's still working. Oh, sucks to be you now. Alrighty, so here we are with the head cam. We had just passed, I think that was not St. Charles. I forget who the heck that was. Some island back there with a lighthouse. That's Connecticut, of course. And over there, through the mist and all, is Long Island. You can see, I guess, by this that, I don't know if you can see that actually, that we are pretty much off the North Fork and heading up towards Duck Island, which is up in here. So we've got about 1.54 miles up ahead. And then we're going to hang a little Louie there, right up at that spot, if you can see it. Right around the tide rips. That doesn't sound good. And we're cruising up along here, up in this direction, and then we're going right behind this breakwater, which is where Duck Island is, and it has this big breakwater where you can go in and anchor. So says Mr. Baker, Hegreness, and everybody else. I, of course, have never been here, so let's see what we're doing. I don't know, it just doesn't look obvious to me, but I guess when I get up there it'll look obvious. Looks like there's just places up ahead. Hopefully I don't run into anything. So this is near Westbrook. I guess that's a mark over there where that sailboat is. He's out sailing, but we only got about 4 or 5 knots of wind, tide's going with us, which is great because we're doing about 6.4, 6.5 over ground, and we've been making some great progress. We're getting here a lot earlier than I thought. It's 4:28. I didn't think I was getting in here till like 8 o'clock tonight. So good old Akula, the engine's working pretty well, and we got her down at about 2,500 RPMs, which is taking it easy, I hope. And we're heading up there, going somewhere. I don't know where we're going exactly. It's up there. So stay tuned. I'll give you an update when I get there. I guess it's like 30 some miles since we got here. And we're way back that way. It's kind of hazy up there the whole time too. So that's the story. More later. Good old Akula. We have our poor man's Bimini there. That's been working for us. Keeping the sun off, although there hasn't been too much sun. Although this is probably the most dangerous kind of day. All right, shutting you off. Good morning, MSSA cruisers! Woohoo! Well, actually, we've been up for about an hour. And we're out here leaving. Where the hell was I just now? I don't know. Well, I'm leaving there. And I'm heading towards Stonington. I mean, I was at Duck Island. I forget, Westbrook, name of the town. So, we're out here. There is whatever the town is east of Westbrook. Westbrook is back there. Duck Island's over there. It's a nice sunny day. Slack tide, which is going to change against us shortly. And we're heading east, as you can tell by the sun. There it is. Take a look at that thing. So we're on our way. Yeah, it's not quite slack tide. It'll be 7:47 a.m. So we're trying to get out here. We're doing about 6 knots. Of course, the wind, bam, right on our nose. It's perfect. Perfectly crappy. And we're trying to make some headway towards Block Island. Having kind of a scary thought or two at the moment. I don't know if you can see this or not. So we're headed here. We're ultimately going down here. It's about, I think it's about 28 miles or something like that. And then, of course, our end game is Block Island, way down there. I'm having a strange thought. Sounds a little crazy, but I might go for it. According to the clock, if we can maintain some reasonable amount of headway, we can get the block by like 12 o'clock today. And tomorrow morning looks a little iffy. Today looks pretty nice. It was raining last night in Block, and that's moved on. I think you can see the clouds up there going up the east coast towards Boston. So the thought would be, maybe we should go for it. We'll see. I mean, it's not like I got a lot of things to do in the afternoon. And I'd rather do that than be late for my bride, Miss Gretchen, who's coming to meet me on Block Island. And if I got to get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow to beat this rain and get there by 10:30, I don't know. We'll see how the old girl runs. You keep running down there, baby. So here we come. We're coming up on our mark, waypoint 7. And then we're going to start heading that way, which will really put the crazy wind right on our schnoot. But such is the boating life. All right, enough of this. Block Island bucket list cruise. We're coming out here off of the end of Fisher's Island, and this is out off the end of Long Island, and we're headed down here. That's actually Fisher's Island up ahead, and we have the ferry coming down this way. I don't know if he's coming right at us, what's going to happen here. I'm kind of under sail. I wasn't looking to alter my course. Not sure what he's going to do, and he should be able to miss me. I mean, there shouldn't be a problem. So there we are. He does seem to be coming right at me. All right, we're going to shut this thing off for a second. We don't want to be recording any accidents. Okay, race fans, sports fans, cruising fans, we are currently going through the place they call the race, right by Fisher's Island, as you can see. And luckily we have some sails up, which is going to give us a little bit of a boost here. Only got 5 knots of wind, but look, we'll take it. As you can see, water is very confused, trying to get us in through this, swirling and ripping. Hopefully this is just for a little bit here. There is Fisher's Island over there. You can see there's even more crazy water coming up. There's the little lighthouse there. So you can feel us, we're kind of bogged down. We're doing about 5'1", but the water's rushing under us at probably an extra 2 or so knots. Tide is coming in. So we're just going to tough it out here. And you can see us hitting all kinds of crazy stuff. I may take it off autopilot because she can't handle this shit. Alrighty, going to stop it. There in the distance, I can't actually see it, is Block Island. It's about 18 miles away, a little further than distance from Mount Sinai over to Connecticut at Milford or Bridgeport. It's about under 4 hours the way we were going. Still we're going under 5 knots, so tide is still coming in. According to my references, it's about a 2-knot header. Wind is only at 4.7 or 5. It is at about 45, 50 degrees. So when we do get some, hopefully it's pulling us along, but not great. There is the east end of Fisher's Island, land of the rich. I think even richer than the Hamptons. Very exclusive. I think there's just a golf course there. And I think that's part of New York, and we traded that for Block Island, which is what Rhode Island got, or something like that. I don't remember what the deal was. But as you can see, it's a beautiful, nice day. Got some puffy clouds. Have some breeze. The water temperature is 69 degrees, so the cool air. I'm actually wearing a jacket, long sleeves, and I do have shorts on, but it's just about perfect right this way, even in the sun. But it's getting warmer. I may take the jacket off shortly. With the PFD on top of it, it gets a little hot. So there's a little buddy flying along, looking for grub. Speaking of grub, we're having a nice, tasty quinoa, olive, garbanzo, tomato, onion concoction that Gret made. Look at that baby. Now that is some healthy, damn good eating. Woohoo! Here we are, cruising on Akula. Behind us there is, actually that's Montauk down that way. I think that's actually the lighthouse down there, maybe not. And Fisher Island will soon be fading from our view, which will become a little unnerving. All right, got some rollers coming in. Breeze is picking up a little. Back to our little lunchy. Akula cruising fans. Well, we are, I guess, in Rhode Island at this point. Past the line somewhere back there. And so we were in New York, then we were in Connecticut waters, and now we're in Rhode Island. And out there in the distance, 8.95 miles away to the entrance, is Block Island. Let's go on up there and check it out. without falling in. Of course, we have our PFD on, so nothing to worry about. Well, I mean, there's a lot to worry about if we fall in. Probably won't be seeing this. So, let me do my Kate Winslet here. And so there is Block, kind of the tips over there. The other tips down there where that boat's heading. I guess he's going to go around and go to the, I think it's the old harbor. We're going to this side, which is the new harbor. So you have some, we have some rollers here. It is the Atlantic Ocean. So, that can happen. So we're cruising along here. And we're estimating, since we picked up a little speed, not much wind. We do have the sails filled. We got the telltales doing something, but it's only 4 or 5 knots. But we'll take it. The good news is that, like right now, the tide has hit top and is now going to go slack. And it is, that's what she's doing. So we're out now, not being impeded by the tide. We're cruising along here pretty nicely. Akula is doing well. Thank you, Akula, for so far a stress-free trip so far. And there it is. Also have chatted with our buddy Pete Martin, who actually has a place here on Block. He says it's in a little bit of disarray due to some pipes freezing. But he's going to be puttering out on his fast boat and may actually leave his house a day and a half before I left and actually beat me here. We'll see. That's what happens when you go 40, 50 miles an hour on the water. Alrighty. I think we've had enough. Let's go back without getting ourselves hurt. Some trash. And we will see how it's all going. Got the sails up. Not bad for 10 years old, buddies. And we got a little wind coming across the jib, but not that much. But it sure does look good. Alrighty. That's why everybody stays away from me, too. They think I'm sailing. Alrighty. Yeah, we're doing 5.7. We were doing 6 knots. But look, we'll take it. Anything's better than under 5, which is what we were earlier. Alright. Signing off for now. It's about, it's 1 o'clock in a couple of seconds. 1 o'clock on July 31st. Getting our bucket list. What the heck is that? That looks like trash. That sucks. Alright. Goodbye. Well, cruising friends, there she is. Block Island, Rhode Island. And we're out here on the Atlantic Ocean. So you've got some not too bad rollers going on here. And right behind us there, back somewhere, figure about a mile or so back, is the Rhode Island Connecticut border. And then maybe there's a point somewhere over there because that's New York down that way. Montauk is down in front of that boat. And then we got Orient back, probably right where that sailboat is, Orient Greenport. And there, over there, we probably have New London, because that's where the ferries come out and go over to Orient Greenport. And so that's the deal here. We're actually doing a little sailing, only about 5 knots of wind. It's just not that much, and we're going so quickly forward at about 5-6 knots that we don't really get too much lift. But we do get some lift. And the tide has slackened, thank goodness. So there's Block Island. That's where we're headed. Right in where that boat is and that sailboat, if you can see them. We're going to go right into the new harbor and the Great Salt Pond. That is the plan. We'll see how that works out. Talk to you soon. Alrighty. Okay, I have to admit, before I was lying. I said I was sailing. I was motoring. So this is false. However, today, we've left Block Island, and we're out in the Block Island Sound. We have about 3 to 4 foot rollers. Oh, no, you can't see them when I hold my hand over it. We have about 3 to 4 foot rollers. And it's not too bad. The frequency is about 8 to 10 seconds. And there is Block Island in the back. There, I think, is Rigatoni, one of our boats up there. There's a few ahead. Ragamuffin, probably Mood Music. Celeste, I know, is out there. They're in the fog up ahead. And in full regalia, without the dock line holding me in, I'm sailing! I'm sailing! Alrighty, got that out of our system. We are, in fact, sailing. Look, there's the telltale. Sails out. No motor running. Thank goodness. We may have to put the motor on later, do a little motor sailing just to get there. But at the moment, this is what we came for. And there we are, leaving Block, heading towards the race. We're going to hit that at peak flood, I believe, if we get there at this rate. And then we're going to be coming up into Essex, up the Connecticut River. That is the plan. And right now, it feels all right. Okay, there we are. A almost 2-minute update. Maybe we'll do a couple a little later. My crew gets a little bored once in a while, don't you? Yeah. Yeah, we do. All right, see you, bye. Yeah, see, those rollers are not bad. Well, it's been a couple days, haven't had a video. Had a great time at Block, so busy, couldn't record half of it. Here we are, leaving number 2 out of Block Island. Had a pretty hellacious evening of wind, and was a little worried. So as Lonnie called it here, it does look like about 2 to 3, something like that, and it should be diminishing a scooch. Tide is coming in, and we are headed that way to Essex, Connecticut. Could be 9 hours away, could be less, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, we're going to put some sails up. We're looking at about 13 true. So let's see what happens. Maybe I'll keep you on. Let's see how we do this. Maybe this won't be good. I don't know. Are you still recording? Yes, you are. All right. I'm going to come about. Put up some sailage. Oh yeah, this is some wind here. Woo! Doggy. Actually, I lied. We're going that way. All right, first we're going to come up into the wind, though. I wonder if we should be reefing. This is a lot of wind. Well, we'll put it up, see what happens. How's that sound? We got our life jacket on, just in case this boom could get freaking wild here on us. We don't want that, but if it happens, at least I got a chance, maybe. We're going to keep these out because we may be reefing. I don't know, 13, tops 15. Let's just go for it. I know that's what John Baker would do, and probably everybody else that I race with. The autopilot does not like this. Let's get right into it. Got our batten hung up here. Hup, there she is. Hup. Get her off of there. Get some sails happening. Uh-oh. Oh, thank God. Thought we lost our main winch here. Is that rigatoni? I think it might be. All right. We got that up. Stow this down below. Hey, we're hitting a little water here. All right, we're going to come off the wind, see how this feels as we go in the general direction of north. We definitely need the backstay adjuster on for this shit. It doesn't really bend the mast for us. It does rake back the mast. Makes that forestay a little tighter, which we could sure use a knife blade up there. All right, let's get a little more out here. Let's not get too crazy. Get her in here. All right. Let's see if we're actually sailing. I think we are. Right. All right, other than the sea state, this is what we came for. I think that's rigatoni. We'll see when we get up there. So we might have thought about reefing, and we still might. We're not over 15. That's kind of our time. Got a little bit of chop here. Not bad. It's going to supposedly die down, and the wind is supposed to temper a little bit as well without so many gusts. We had a gust of 16. That's nothing. So that's kind of what we're up to. So I don't want to go, you know, the whole reefing deal, and then have to go play with it later. To seal a line, I'm sailing! I'm sailing! Alrighty, enough of that goofiness. I'm gonna put you down. I gotta get some stuff done here, and we'll talk later, I hope. Hopefully miles down. SV Akula, about 9 a.m. on Friday, August 3rd. You can see probably going off that side some 3, 4, 5 kind of rollers. You can see it's going up and down. See, that thing grew pretty good. Frequency's about, I don't know, what should we say here? Let's see, we're at the top of one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That faked us out. I don't know. I was guessing earlier around 8 seconds, which is not bad. We're just kind of lombering along. And enjoying the ride. Little perfect day for skin cancer. Overcast, lots of UV, you can feel it. We're loaded up. We got our squamous cell carcinoma cover going. We got our long sleeve shirt, sunblock 60, and of course our Tilly hat. Yeah. Anyway, you know, there's got to be a video on Akula. My crew gets very bored. But it's tough to get bored out here. This is great stuff. This is what we came for. Out on the open sea, or sound, I guess. At this point, we're not in the Atlantic Ocean. But we're enjoying it. And we're, even though it's not a race, we're catching up and passing Rigatoni. That's the only reason we got our motor on right now. Ah, Tony! I'm going to pass you, buddy, and then I'm going to shut the engine off. So there you go. All right, see ya. Bye. Look there behind us. Something's happening. The fog is sort of receding. The wind is still up at around 9 to 12. Thinking about the weather, what's happening. And I start thinking about my mom. She used to teach Andrea McCardle. Thinking about a special song right now. The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. That is really shitty. Alrighty. Here comes a freaking boat throwing a little thing at us here. Look at this damn thing. Alrighty. We're gonna hit that thing. Bad enough I got 4 to 5 footers here rolling. 8 seconds. Here comes this chump. Alrighty. Am I going to film this? I don't know. I don't know if anyone's going to actually see this film with that singer. We'll see. Here it comes. That's not too bad. It's actually worse in person than it ever is on the videos. Ooh. Here we go. Alrighty. Onward! We're making great time. Destination claims... Oh, now it's dancing around here. It was at 3 o'clock. I don't know what's going on now. Now it says 4 or 5. Oh, boy. Alrighty. That's because we're down to 4.7, 4.8. Okay. Back to business. Okay, cruising fans. We are recording. Alrighty. Keep doing that, but sometimes it shuts off. So... here we are coming through. There's the Fisher Island lighthouse. There's really the tip at the end. There's the Orient Greenport end. And this is basically what they call the race. And we're in about 10 knots of wind. We're going, if you can really see this here, 7.6, sometimes hitting over 8, which is crazy. Doing 7.5, and we're coming through this very confusing hunk of water. Now it's whoa, 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 whoa. We are really bogging around now. So all the water kind of meets here. Hold on a second here. We knew it was going to get a little confused in here. I guess maybe I didn't think it was going to get that confused. The only person really confused is me. And anyway, so here we are. We're in at the race, if you can see that. Comes from the end of Fisher Island over here to the tip of Long Island, Plum Island. And we're coming through it. Water's kind of churning around here a little bit. But those are our people up there. Ragamuffin, Mood Music, Paradox, Celeste, Harp, and people I'm sure I've left out. Not on purpose, just because I can't remember everybody all the time. And people have gone other places. Radical 2 went down to Greenport, and then they came up. I don't know where they're going exactly, and everybody's going somewhere. But right now, we're the ones going somewhere. So we're in here. Now we're getting kind of bogged in and around a little bit, down to 6, 9, 6, 8, which is still okay. So, onward we go. Okay, cruisers. Let me get you a little. We got to go back to. Uh-oh. Did I touch it? Nah, it's recording. All right. Too much technology. So, here we are in 11, 12. We hit a peak of 16 a little while ago, but that kind of was a fluke. We're out here. We've still got these rollers kind of giving us a little, kind of a following sea actually, but everyone else is telling me it's coming out. My equipment is called confused too. It's telling me that it's coming out, but maybe it's coming this way and it's coming out of the sound. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But we're going between 5 and 6 knots, and as you can see, we got a little bit of a following sea happening every once in a while, which makes things pretty exciting. We're south of, actually there's Watch Hill over there, and those up ahead are 1, 2, 3, 4, I think there's 5 or 6, at least there were, Mount Sinai Sailing Association people, Ragamuffin, Celeste, we got Mood Music, we've got Paradox, everybody's up ahead of me, but we're trying to catch up to them. I thought that was Rigatoni over there, but it is not he. So here we are, we're north, where did it go? Up, it kind of hazed up. I think that is the Montauk Lighthouse down there, and I don't know what that is over there, some tall thing. John Baker told me what it was. So, it's a nice day. As you can see, the sun has come out, and we're proceeding. We're about 26 miles from actually Essex Marina. I'm not sure exactly how far it is down to the end of the Connecticut River where it hits the Long Island Sound. I know it's a couple miles up. So I'm going to take a guess it's 4 or 5 miles. So maybe not that far, but let's just say we got about 20 miles to go until we get to Connecticut River. The big turn or the big shift is coming up when we get into the race, which maybe you can see there. Maybe you can't. Which is we're here, and the western end of Fisher Island is there, and that is the race, and we want to get up to that mark right there, which will be very relieving. And I hear that the tide is turning, so hopefully it does. Alrighty, enough of this. Talk to you soon. Almost the end of our bucket list cruise out to Block Island. August 5th, Sunday, around 4:35. We are approximately 10 minutes to the entrance to the Mount Sinai Harbor. There is the Mount Sinai Cedar Beach west, and then there is the Cedar Beach. Actually, our house is up there on the hill, not the front row there, up in the woods, in where the bald spot is, about 9 houses in, on the other side of it. So we're pretty close to the harbor, pretty close to the beach. Gret does not like to go there with all the riffraff and all the people, so she comes down here. Maybe actually we'll see her on the beach, and we're going that way. But I thought I'd just film a little as we're arriving. Booking along here at about 6'2", 6'3". Of course, the wind stayed on our nose the entire time. It's only about 3 knots of actual wind, true wind. Feels like 8.2 apparent wind because we're going forward at 6 knots. So it feels nice on this boat. When this boat stops, we're gonna feel as ugly as those people sitting on that beach over there, man. It feels like, according to the weather, it's 85, 86 temperature. However, it feels like 96. Ouch. Not good for us Irish people with squamous cell carcinoma issues. Alrighty. Gonna put this down for a couple minutes. Maybe we'll see Gretty on the beach in a few. This is not one of the finer days for boating. This is a good time to find out where all the leaks are coming from, of which I seem to have a few. This one sort of doesn't count as a leak. This is just a bad design here for these drop boards. Oh, that's one. Backwards. Ugh. I'll put it in backwards. Here we are on SV Akula, getting tossed around a little bit. I think there's some gusts over 20 out there at the moment. And we're inside, sort of stranded here in Essex, Connecticut. Quite a bit of water. It isn't a good day to be out. It is kind of an interesting day to find out where all those leaks are. You never could figure out where they are. I guess I thought I sealed up the down wires with these through hulls, but even though they look good, clearly not what I intended. Port lights are good, got some hatch issues here. Found out that the seal here that I repaired a couple times is in fact good. However, the glass seems to be leaking. Never knew it. So, now that that's over with, what do I do for the next 5 hours? All right. Well, we do have some engine work that we have to do as well, since I have, I think, a shaft leak in my water pump. So, here I am, on Akula, in the rain, torrential. It's kind of a red, I think there was some purple in it as well. It was really coming down about 5 minutes ago. Now it's just pouring. All right, that's it. Well, there she is. We figured sooner or later we got to turn it on and test it and see what kind of trouble we're in. And we need to charge up a little batteries. I've been sucking down a lot of juice during the rainstorms, which were fairly significant. And let's see here. Up under there is where there's a little weep hole. That's where all that oil was kind of shooting back, I think. I think you can actually see it on this side. There's the hole. Aha! Can you see that hole up there? Right there on the back end. It's leaking out of there, dripping all over the place, down into the bilge. And I think it really only leaks when it gets really hot. The truth is, it's not that much oil. I've actually soaked some of it up with one of these rags, but it's alarming. And it was about half a cup to fill it back up again. All right, End of report. We haven't done a lot of filming. Last couple of days, it is August. What day is it here? Losing track of our days. August 5th. And we are in Essex, Connecticut. And at this point, we are getting ready to drop our mooring. And instead of going downriver immediately, we are thinking of going upriver to Hamburg Cove, which Lonnie tells me is fantastic. A little nervous because we have an oil leak of some type, and that could be exciting, but I guess on the other side of the coin, if it's going to leak, it's going to leak all day, and we just had to make sure we have enough oil. So this is our plan. This Dauntless Marina here was lovely, wonderful, nice launch service. And we certainly did enjoy ourselves. There is Boney, I believe, up ahead, taking off. And we are, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't be going up there, race fans. What do you think? I don't know. I haven't really, is it really worth it, or should we just skip it and go home? Everybody else is leaving. I think we're going to skip it. Just making that decision now. It sounds like it's lovely, but the key part of our bucket list is actually getting home today. So let's leave with the crew. Paradox just left, and I think we should take that as a key to travel with the pack, just in case something happens. So that's what we're going to do. Sorry, Lonnie. Gonna have to wait for the next trip. Make for a good reason to come back this way and get ourselves going. It's going to be a hot one too. Oh boy. Suppose we're going up to 90 and the wind is going to be pretty much none. Alright, race fans. Getting ready to go. Are we ready? We're getting pretty damn close. Pretty damn close. Let's get their shoes off, because we are sweating. Alright, off. About 1 o'clock, August 5th, Sunday. We are making way towards Mount Sinai Harbor, if you can see that there. We're up here. We're coming up on a thing called the Central Sound Buoy, put up by Yukon. Engine's running okay. We haven't been really spewing out any oil to speak of. A little bit coming out maybe now, but not much. We're not that worried. We think it's the front seal. But look at this damn thing. What the hell is it? It looks like some big hidden cloak thing inside a, I don't know, 3 smokestack barge, whatever. Probably some secret thing in there, whatever it is. Just sneaking along. Anyway, definitely to be avoided. And I am going to wait for it to go by. Wind's been on our nose. We're doing about 5.5. Tide's now going in. I think I'm going to tack it down towards Mount Sinai, way down there. I don't know, I forget how many miles it is. It's, let's see here. Look, we're also fishing, but we haven't gotten a nibble or anything going on. Let's see, 21 miles from Mount Sinai Harbor, and we are looking to, we have 1.34 miles to the Central Sound buoy. So we're going to go to that, then we're going to tack slightly, hopefully pick up some 40, 45 degree air, and maybe do a little more sailing and pick up a spare knot or two of speed. Look at that crazy thing. What the hell is it? I don't know, but we're taking a picture of it. And that is one crazy looking apparatus. It looks like some kind of like a hanger with something in it with 3 stacks or something. Or maybe it's, they raise up. I don't know what the hell they are. Weird looking. Really weird. Maybe those are legs that go down. It's a drilling thing, or I don't know. It is. Alright, so that's what we're up to. We're still filming, I think, and more film we get closer. Maybe the Central Sound buoy. It's kind of cool. Collects weather data, wave data. I've always wanted to see the thing. Kind of silly, but that's how I am. So, way back in the 70s, my mom took us all on some vacations up into the Cape Cod area, and we would go on all these tours and everything. We go on some walking stuff, some hiking and things. And one time we went way out on the Cape, and we were looking around for the place where the Pilgrims first found water. I think it was in a place called North Truro or something like that. And so we ditched the car. I think it was like 105 degrees. It was a crazy heat wave up there in New England. On that same trip, by the way, we met Peter Benchley, the guy filming Jaws on Martha's Vineyard. They were on strike. Anyway, that's another story. But we're up in this thing. We got out of the car. We were in like Torino or something with no air conditioning. I mean, we were miserable. It was horrible. Hit the thing. We went through all these dunes, over sand, over hill, over dale. I think it was 3.5, 4 miles. It was a trip that set on this thing. We get there. We get to the end of this crazy thing, and we get to the spot where the sign is, and it's this little freaking wooden bucket in the ground that's completely dry, and this is the spot where the Pilgrims supposedly found it. Well, the reason for this story is, for 12 years I've been hanging out looking at this darn University Connecticut Yukon buoy called the Central Sound buoy. I think there's a couple of them, but this is the one that's the closest to our house. And it is, you know, it's out here in the middle of the Sound. It registers high wind. I watch the thing all the way through Sandy. I watch it when anything's going on in the Sound. You can see the wave height, and the temperature, and the wind gust, and all this kind of stuff. Really cool thing. And they have a picture of it. The thing looks massive. It looks like it's this huge Aton. It's going to be like, you know, like the most hugest thing you've ever seen in the world. So I've always wanted to see it. So here I am. I'm attempting to go near it. I've been traveling all this way, went all the way out to Block Island. Now I'm coming back in. It's like 70 miles out. I'm probably 20 miles, you know, away from Mount Sinai, my home harbor. And then here, I finally come upon the magical buoy. And here the frickin' thing is. Look at that little thing. How frickin' anticlimactic can you get? It's not even big. Look at it. Diminutive little thing. All right, we're gonna go over there and take a picture of it though, just to say that I was here. Some other sailboat coming the other way. So anyway, what we're gonna do now that we've hit this wonderful thing and I've been able to see it, yeehaw, we're going to tack that way towards Mount Sinai Harbor. It's kind of in front of that little itty-bitty bump of a water tower, which I think is Shoreham or Rocky Point or something like that. So we got to go up towards where that boat is. I can't even see the Mount Sinai, I mean the Port Jeff. Can't see the Port Jeff stacks because it's a little hazy. But that's where we're headed. Hopefully this 15 knots, we can go another 20 or so degrees to the port and actually do some sailing. Looks like other boats are. That would be nice because my engine could really use a break. All right, there the dumb thing is. Wow. There she is. All right, let's get some pictures of her. Woohoo! $3.45. We got a new battery loaded up. Gonna take a walk around the boat a little. See what's happening. Got a little ways to go yet. We're doing good though. Got Connecticut over there. Got the west. Fort Jeff Towers, smokestacks up there, the stacks. Mount Sinai, which is where we're headed, is going to be just pretty much dead ahead. You see some people in low boats. There's, I think that is Lulu to the left. That might be Paradox to the right. And way up ahead is a Celeste. That might be Full Circle, who said he just came out for his first sail of the season. Mike Sauka. There's the Nuke. And that is Shoreham. And then we've got, what do we got? Wading River, Rocky Point, Sound Beach, Miller Place, Mount Sinai. Did I miss anybody? I don't know. So there we are. You can see it's a nice sunny day. Wind's right at us all darn day. We're doing about 6 knots. And that's what we're up to. Just motoring the whole time. Luckily the motor's been doing okay. I don't want to say anything yet. We're not there. We have about another hour to go. And we're taking it easy. Good old Akula. This will be, I haven't tallied up officially, I guess, but at some point I guess it's going to be something close to approaching about 150 miles maybe. It's about 70 or so to block, and then we took a couple of detours on the way back up the Connecticut River. But it was certainly a bucket list item, and we enjoyed it for sure. Alrighty, we're done. August 5th. It's about 3:45. We are out here on the Long Island Sound, north of the Shoreham nuclear power plant that never happened, and heading towards Mount Sinai Harbor, our home port. We have a couple of boats out there. Got Lulu to the port, to the left. We've got, I think that might be, I don't think it's Celeste. It might be, I don't know who that is actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Paradox, maybe. And then we also have up ahead Calypso, who passed us a while ago with the nice long water line. And then way out there is Celeste. I think he's directly in front of us towards the stacks, if you can see those stacks. And we're headed not quite that far, short of that. And according to the equipment, it's telling us that we're going to pull into the harbor, just the outside of it, in almost exactly an hour. So we're going about 5, 9, 6 knots, and it is about 6 miles. So that would make a whole lot of sense. So we're going to sit back, enjoy ourselves. Maybe we'll soak in a little sun. I think we probably already got enough sun already. Not that we need any, but we got plenty of lube on and kinds of stuff. So that's what we're up to. Probably be another filming as we get closer into the harbor. Maybe we'll film Gret, who is on the beach supposedly, so maybe we'll see her there. A little more filming here at the West Beach. We're checking to see if Gretty is in there somewhere. I don't know if she's there or not. I don't see her. Who is that? They're there. I think they're there. Is that Gretchen? That's not Gretchen. That was some other people. I'm filming other people. Didn't get my wife. Uh-huh. I think that's Eric Torillo. Alright. Alrighty. Well, she's not there. She must have left. Alright. No biggie. We gotta get in. Alright, here we go. Going in to the harbor, where we have not been in a week. There's some scary people. They're on a personal watercraft towing people. At least they have a spotter. That's nice. Alright. Well, here we are, Mount Sinai Harbor, back home. What's the tide doing, as a matter of fact? Let's see. Haven't been paying attention. I think it's still coming in. Might be getting close to high. Can you see this? I don't know if you can see it or not. Oh. Not quite high. High will be at 8:04? No, it's sunset is 8:04. It's 6:26 will be high tide. It's 4:44. We're still flooding. All right. So that should be a nice ride on the way in. We're doing 6-4. I will guess when we make this turn, we will be smoking along at, I think we're going to break 8. Yeah. It's not the fastest it gets. That's down here. But this should be a little exciting. There's plenty of water coming in here. Okay, I don't feel the velocity yet. We'll see it when we get into that turbulence up there. A little more turbulence. Uh-oh, got a couple PFDs coming out. They're like bicyclists sometimes. They like to be double wide. I'm 7 tons, they're not. Guess what? That's how that works. There we are at 7-1, which is good. I thought we'd break 8 though for sure. We'll get into this swirly stuff. Here we come. 7-5, 7-5. Oh, we're moving now. Ooh, there we go. Whoa, mama. Whoa, baby. Here we go. 7-4. Let's see if we can not hit the Aton. Huh, didn't break 8. I'm disappointed. 7-4, 7-5, as fast as we went. All right, folks. Gonna shut you off. Get up to the mooring. Oh no, I'm not going to go to the mooring. I got to go to the dock. Damn. All right.